robots, Decepticons, and duelists. Welcome to today's video. And we're continuing with the whole top 10 for achieving 250 videos over the course of the 2 years that I've been doing YouTube. So yes, yesterday I did my top favorite Transformers, and now today I'm doing my top 10 of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards from my deck. I'll have to do another top 10 of favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards outside of my deck. I figured I would show you guys some of my deck and you guys can criticize or enjoy what aspects you love on my deck. And yeah, I can't wait. So we're just going to jump straight into the top 10. At number 10 is the Fusion Recycling Plant. For those of you who do not know what this card is, essentially when you can discard a card, add polymerization to your hand, you can fusion summon that turn, and then at the end phase of your turn, you can add one of those fusion materials from the grave back to your hand. Now, I really like this card. It essentially starts instigating all the cards. I mean, not cards. It starts instigating all the plays that I want to do because I got a fusion monster in my deck that is super powerful but requires a kind of lot of materials, and I sometimes don't have polymerization in my hand, so I need it instantly. And this is a good card, and I love the fact that you can add a fusion monster from your graveyard to your hand at the end phase. So yes, and you can also discard a card to add polymerization from your graveyard. So this card is pretty good. I'll do more of it on review later. This is a field spell too. This isn't like a quick play. This isn't a continuous spell. This is like my first and only field spell that I really enjoy and that works really well with my deck. So that's why this one's at top 10. At number 9 is Scrap Iron Scarecrow. So yes, a lot of these cards now are going to be from the anime, or at least parts of them are going to be from the anime. But as someone who grew up watching the anime, of course I would fall in love with a lot of the cards from the anime. And I would have to say my favorite Yusei card that I can use in my deck is definitely Scrap Iron Scarecrow. It's a great card, actually. I mean, you set it face down, you negate an attack, and it still goes face down. The only problem is you can only negate one attack. That's still pretty good. If you wanted to stop one powerful attack, this is definitely one card you'd use. And I love how it's just a normal trap. Unfortunately, it's still susceptible to field wipes and stuff, but it's still a good card. And I like how this card's always there for me at the last moment, because sometimes I just use it to block an attack straight to my life points while I let my monsters go to the graveyard, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a good card to save your life points, and I do generally like this. I do kind of wish this card was seen a bit more, but I understand due to the power creep that you won't see it a lot. But this is a good card. I really do like it. This is why it's number 9. At number 8 is Harpy's Feather Duster. Obviously, it would be up here. It's one of the Power 9, I believe, in Yu-Gi-Oh! For those of you who don't know what a Power 9 is, it's essentially the 9 most powerful Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that everyone would have in their deck. I believe this is definitely one of them. I mean, it destroys all spell and traps your opponent controls. It's actually limited to 1 anyways, so that's kind of why it's at 1. It's really helpful if your opponent sets a bunch of cards or has some traps or spells that are very annoying. This can get rid of them pretty easily. And it's not like they can negate it, but like there's nothing much they can really do about it, unfortunately. And plus, it helped that Mai was one of my favorite characters from the original Duel Monster series, but granted, I would say all of them are my favorite from Duel Monsters because I grew up with that show. So I would honestly love Harpy's Feather Duster a lot too. And yeah, it's a good card. I've done a review on it. Go check it out if you have not already. Honestly, this is a good card. This is also still a great card, so I recommend getting it. And I know I'm repeating myself, so I'm sorry. So that's why it's at number. At number 7 is Graceful Charity. Now, for those of you who don't watch the Duel Monster series, this card showed up a lot. Essentially, you draw 3 cards and discard 2. Now, this, for the fact that you get to draw 3 cards, is a great enough effect as it is. Being able to discard 2 is also pretty good. Drawing cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, even if it's a draw 1, is still very powerful in Yu-Gi-Oh! But yes, I like this card. It helps me with my deck a lot, actually. For as for as you've known, most of my effects for the Buster Blader archetype happen to be in the graveyard. This kind of sets it up, and this allows me to discard Buster Blader, the Destruction Swords. I forget his name right now. Swordsman. There you go. The Destruction Swordsman to the grave, and then I can use Buster Whelp to summon him out. So yeah, this is good. And plus, it sometimes helps you get rid of some dead cards in your hand. So I do generally like this card. It's a great card. It's a very powerful one. This is also one of those power in the Power 9 archetype. So yes, this is why it's at number 7. Now this one might be a little cheating since there's 2 of them, but at number 6 is Pot of Greed. Now, I only have 2 of Pot of Greeds, mostly because of a shipping error due to Amazon, and I did not want to return one of them and I did not want to let it sit and just dust away. I mean, it's Pot of Greed. I'm never going to have a chance to actually use Pot of Greed, so I might as well put it in my deck and at least have some fun with it. And, I mean, we all know the memes. What does this card do? It allows me to draw 2 cards from my deck. I mean, it's a very great. This is banned, and everyone knows why because of its effect. And I've always wanted Pot of Greed because it was probably my favorite spell card. Probably only second to Monster Reborn, but this one I would have to say is either first or second. It's tied. And come on, it's Pot of Greed. Why couldn't I put this on the list? Everyone would play this if they could. Hopefully one day they will, due to the new format of Genesis coming out. But yes, no, just because there are 2 of them does not mean this is the only reason they're in 7. It's in 7 because of the fact that you get to draw 2 cards for free, and you have to don't worry about anything. And some might say this is a broken ability, and yes, it is a little bit broken, but with how the power creep scaling is now, I'm honestly all for bringing back Pot of Greed. I mean, you already know how powerful Graceful Charity is. That one's also banned. This is banned, so we can unban. We can at least limit them to 1. But yes, number 6 is for Pot of Greed. Alright, so this one might be a little bit of cheating since it's not one specific card, it's multiple cards. But number 1, this is my list, so technically I did say my favorite cards, and never specified it had to be one singular card for each number. And 2, I without either one of without all of them, there would be no point to playing this deck. So playing them in my deck. So honestly, at number 5 is all the Magician Girls. I don't. Yes, you're gonna probably complain that I should have added all the spell cards too, but I don't really play any of their spell cards. And then you might be asking, well, why do you have them? Well, it's because I like Dark Magician Girl. Honestly, I like Dark Magician Girl. She was awesome. She was cool. She got her showings. She established herself as capable, if not more capable, than Dark Magician. And it felt nice to see that. And plus, they they're really cool. These are really cool. And I do kind of use them for like synchro and fusion summonings materials because again they're helpful but they're pretty powerful. I mean, they all have, except for Dark Magician Girl, they all have the archetypal effect to special summon one of these spellcasters either from the hand or to the deck, an attack and then cut the attack in half. And plus, it's funny how if you put all the magician girls, except for Dark Magician Girl, together, it spells out black if you took the first letter of their name. And before censorship in Yugioh, the Dark Magician was called the Black Magician, and Dark Magician Girl was the Black Magician Girl. But yes, I do like all the Dark Magician Girl cards. They do generally help a lot. And plus, they've got me out of a bind a couple of times too. So this is why they're at number 5. Now this one might be a little cheating again too, because it's kind of like Pot of Greed since there are two different cards, but they're fundamentally the same card. It's Yubel, the original, and Yubel, the Loving Defender, the new and improved fusion monster. It's I love Yubel, so I love her. Honestly, she's my favorite character from GX. If I had to rank her, she'd probably be, in terms of the females that we have, she'd probably be number 3. Sorry. I do generally like. I mean, I liked her so much to the point that she had to be my card sleeves for my main deck. I just love her backstory. I love how she's like this. She is literally the loving defender of Jaden. She tries to save him, protect him, be wary of him, keep him safe. I Yeah, I did. It took some time for me to like grow on her, but I love Yubel. Yubel is really good. I do kind of wish I get to play this fusion card at some point, but I've never had Yubel in my hand, so unfortunately I can never fusion summon, but I will probably do it one day. We'll just have to wait and see. And plus, I love the effect of where she takes all the damage and then it reflects back on the opponent. That kind of symbolizes her like being a defender, where she takes all the damage and then she fights it back, and then she sends it back and fights back against the opponent. Yeah, I mean, what's not to like? And plus, the U-Bell archetype can be thrown into any archetype and it will still work. So that's kind of why she's at number 4, but it was also because of her character in GX. That's why she's at number 4. Now, this is where you can kind of start arguing where I'm going to be cheating a lot more. But at number 3 is the Black Rose archetype that I use. Now, the only reason Black Rose, well, actually, no, not the only reason. Black Rose was probably my favorite, my second favorite Signer Dragon from 5Ds. And I will say this now, she is probably my favorite female out of the entire Yu-Gi-Oh cast. Granted, I have not seen Sevens or whatever the last one is. I forget it right now, but I have not seen Sevens or the last Yu-Gi-Oh series. I'm more of the Master Duels style of playing, which is alright if you like Sevens. I don't hate it. I actually played Sevens before on Duel Links. It was pretty fun. I did like it a little bit, but I prefer this. And yeah, Akiza Insinensky was my favorite my favorite female character, so I would fall in love with her Black Rose archetype. Especially since some of her monsters she uses are dragons. And that I love dragons. I do not know why. It's probably because it's a guy thing and dragons are really cool. I also just love the lore behind Akiza's like monster. I mean, the Black Rose is all about destroying everything around her. Akiza was the same way. Yes, and plus I was shipping them with Yusei Fudo and the Stardust Dragon. So I'm sorry, but I love Akiza and I love all of her monsters. Well, all of her dragon specific monsters. I mean, I didn't care if they didn't work well with my deck. I just had to play them, and actually, they do work well with my deck. I've managed to synchro summon in all of these monsters at least once in my lifetime, and I've definitely used these monsters to help me fusion summon. The only thing I haven't really done is link summon with the link monster, but I'm still like trying to warm up to links. I'm not a big fan of links, but I don't hate them or anything. But yes, Akiza, Instininski, and their Black Rose Dragons are at number 3. So at number 2, and you guys can make fun of me all you want, it's the Dragon Maid archetype. Dragon Maids were honestly really cool, and honestly a forgotten archetype. And I honestly forgotten about them too. But while I was thinking about ways to like improve my deck back in the old days where it was really focused on Buster Blader, I realized my Buster Blader archetype doesn't, well, my deck, while it focuses on Buster Blader, it doesn't have a whole lot of dragon monsters in it for me to like really fusion summon early as possible to get that monster out. And then as I was thinking, I was like, oh wait, I remember a joke that someone made about how Kaiba should play Dragon Maids, and that was funny. I was like, oh wait, but they support a lot of dragon monsters. And then I had to watch a video about the archetypes, see if I would like them, in case they would really work with my deck. And they really do work with my deck. I mean, this is literally the main engine of my deck, I would say, including in Duel Links. I mean, this is I have all the cards, at least one of them, in my deck to help me start instigating all the plays, at least for the Dragon Maid. And plus, a lot of the Dragon Maids are pretty powerful. Like Dragon Maid Xiao, I think I said her name incorrectly. She's probably the most powerful card in this archetype. And I love the fact that you get to add cards to your hand. Because I always, like, I love my deck. I love my monsters. And I hate to see them go to the graveyard. So this is kind of why I like these cards a lot, is because they help a lot with the resuscitation of monsters. And plus, they're cool. They're really cool. I love the fact that they have like maids that turn into dragons. And plus, some of their spell cards are pretty nice too that can work with anything. Like Dragon Maid Tiding just requires a dragon monster to just send back to your hand and to destroy, well, not destroy, but to return something. Oh my god, I can't talk. But it requires one dragon monster to return to your hand, and then you target one card your opponent has and return it to their hand. So yeah, Dragon Maids at number 2, and that will always stay true. These will always be in my deck no matter what. And there's probably the same truth about all the other cards in my deck. Now, everyone saw this coming. Everyone knew this is coming. As the self-proclaimed, I don't want to say best user, but the self-proclaimed user and lover of the Buster Blader archetype, it had to be number 1. I love Buster Blader. It's the story alone that wants me to play his deck so much. But if you want a better reason, I think he was cooler than Dark Magician in Duel Monsters. And he has a really cool design. So, I mean, I've already said it a bunch of times how much I love this archetype. They all tell a story, all the cards, and yes, all the cards do tell a story. But, like, this is one that I honestly was more interesting and more fascinated about. This was definitely the first one. And plus, it is literally an anti-Kaiba deck, and despite the fact it was meant to deal with dragons, it still holds its own against other archetypes. Granted, some of them are more power creep, and I do kind of hope we get more support for this. I can't wait. I hope we do. I really do. I want more support. I really do. But yeah, but I love Buster Blader. I love the archetype. And also Buster Whelp and all its forms are cute, except for Buster Dragon. That one's not cute. It's cool. But yes, this is the first. This is honestly the first deck that combines fusion summoning, synchro summoning, and those are like my 2 favorite extra deck summonings. It has a link in here. I have used it a couple of times. I do not think it's as effective as it should be. Granted, I haven't really used it that much. I'll be honest. And now that I think about it, it's something you want to summon after you get it out. But yes, I do like it. I do enjoy it, and I do think this is a really good deck. I do hope you guys enjoy this top 10, and I do hope you guys are okay with me cheating a bit, since at least in the top 5 I started picking multiple cards. But again, I couldn't pick a single one, and if I had to get rid of one of these cards, I wouldn't play this archetype or any of the other archetypes in my deck. But yes, Buster Blader at number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys kind of agree with me on my list. I mean, if you played my deck, you probably agreed with me. But let me know in the comments down below, what was your top 10? If you had to rank all these cards, please let me know in your comments. I'll check them out. And I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Catch you all later.